Hi, Achim here from InnerSpace Explorers. Today we'll talk about excuses, and before we start with these excuses, if you like my content, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget the little notification bell so you get information when I upload new content, which is normally once a week. So, yesterday evening I decided I need to check out if I'm fit again for diving because I had this COVID thing, and for the last 3-4 weeks it just felt terrible. And my sinus was blocked and I couldn't really dive, so I decided I'd go for a quick one yesterday evening. Took my oxygen rebreather, went for the lake, and nothing special, just a spot where parking is easy and there's a little bit of toilet facilities, etc. So no spectacular dive. I just wanted to know if I'm able to get back in the water and everything works. So when I was walking down to the water, there was this guy coming up to me and said like, "Hey, you're the YouTube guy." I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm Achim, but I have a YouTube channel." And he said like, "Yeah, I love your content and I want to dive like you do," for whatever reason. And so I was like, okay, there goes my nice evening dive. And so the guy said like, "Yeah, can I dive with you and you can have a look and this and that." And I was like, "Yeah, whatsoever, just, yeah." Then we dive together. So we went in the water and he was swimming like a seahorse, like this. And so I waved him back to the surface. It's like a 3, 4, 5 meter dive. I was on the oxygen rebreather anyway. And I was like, "Hey, you need to fix your trim. I mean, you're in the water like a wet towel." And he was like, "Yeah, I know this perfectly all right, but my fins are too light. So they pull up my feet and I have to compensate. Therefore, I have to compensate for that. And that's why I'm swimming like that." I was like, okay, here we go. So I said like, "Look, we just switched fins. So you have the same shoe size as I am from what I see. So it's also X large. You get my heavy fins and then the issue's solved. And if you then can do perfect horizontal trim, you can keep my fins." And I was like, "Ah, yeah." So we changed fins, we went back in the water, and the seahorse was swimming next to me. So I got him back to the surface and I was like, "So what is it now?" And he was like, "Yeah, those are too heavy." And I was like, "Okay, then you probably should call Scuba right now and ask if they can make some magic fins for you that have the exact right weight for you so you can show me that perfect trim." And he was a little bit like, and yeah, but everything else is perfect. It's just this thing." And I was like, "Okay, then there's but 20 meters from here, there's a platform in 5 meters of water. Let's go there and you show me a circle of basics." Sorry. And I was like, yeah, we can do this. So we went over there, and so Circle of Basics, I'll put a link in the description on one of the early videos where you can actually see this exercise. It's the standard exercise for ISE to check out if your skills are on the spot. So you're horizontal, you're not moving forward, backward, you're not turning, and you're running through a circle of exercises. And so first you switch your regulators, and the second thing is you take off your mask. So when he took off his mask, I could see him struggle, and then he put the mask back on, or he tried to put the mask back on and went off to the surface. So I went to the surface as well. I was like, "Okay, what is it?" And it was like, "Yeah, the mask strap's too tight and the hood is too close to his face. So when he puts it back on, that doesn't work." And to cut the long story short, I basically, yeah, but that ended relatively short after that because I lost my temper a little bit. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because recently I have more and more and more people approaching me with things like that. They can't do something and they always have an excuse, and the excuse is always equipment related. It's always something else. If it's not the equipment, it's the surroundings. It's too cold, it's too warm, it's too wet. The fins are too heavy, the fins are too light, the suit's too thick, there's something. It's always something. It's never them. And this is actually what drives me mad. And it seems to be the new way of looking into things. And that's why I called this video "No Pain, No Gain." If you want to do something, you have to practice, and sometimes practicing hurts. If you want to become a box champion, you probably suffer through some pain practicing. If you want to be the best runner and you practice a lot, you will probably have to endure muscle cramps and whatever, and there will be some sort of pain. If you practice for a marathon run, you will get through some serious pain. And this is basically in all sports. And if you want to become a good diver and you want to really get some good trim and buoyancy skills, especially the trim thing, you will get some pain. I always tell my students, like, if you do that right, you will feel muscles that you didn't know you have. So you will get some sore muscles. You will feel this somewhere in the hip area and in your legs, because it's body tension. And I'll put a couple of videos here and here and here and here where you can actually see me in various configurations with light plastic fins, with heavy rubber fins, combined with a neoprene dry suit, with a trilaminate dry suit, with a wetsuit, with whatever. And it's always the same. It's not about these fins. So stop bullshitting yourself with like, oh yeah, it's the equipment. It's not the equipment. It's you being lazy and not willing to suffer through a little bit of pain to gain what you want to achieve. And everybody thinks like, yeah, if I buy this magic piece of equipment, this will fix all my issues. It doesn't. The only person that can fix your issues is yourself. And it's by practicing, 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 and going through this pain. I always tell my people, like, the pain is your friend. Love it. It will go away. Your body will learn that, okay, he wants to use this muscle. Oh, I better get used to it. Stop this like, oh, it hurts, I cannot do this, I need to find a way around. No, there's no way around. Just slug through it. That's the only way of achieving these goals. Listen to what your instructor tells you. And then my good old friend Aaron used to say, eat a spoon of concrete and harden the up. And this actually brings it to the point. You have to be the person that wants to become better. It's something you need to achieve, and there's nothing in the world that will fix it if you are not willing to fix it, and if you're not willing to suffer through a little bit of discomfort to achieve this. That's basically everything I wanted to get out of the system today, because yesterday this guy drove me crazy, and when I also read all these messages and everybody finds the excuse, there is no excuse. There is no excuse for not getting this done, even in the shittiest equipment on the market. So I hope you like this, and I hope you going out there and suffer through a little bit of pain with a smile in your face, and you get better. And if you have questions, comments, put them in the comment section. If you want to discuss pain a little bit more in depth, then check out the Patreon site. That's where we do exactly this. Not only pain, but we have a really nice community there. And other than that, have fun training, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.